Dump down tax cuts for all. And Simon Rosenberg is the president of NDN. Says not a chance. NDN used to stand for New Democratic Network. I guess just NDN. Simon, very good to have you.
Neil, it's good to be back.
You know, some Democrats who are in support of raising taxes on the rich say delay them because this is, especially given the economic news today, not the time to be raising taxes on anyone. What do you say to that?
I just think that we have to see these potential rollback of the Bush tax cuts in the context of a broader economic strategy. So 2 quick points. First, remember that under Bill Clinton, we raised taxes on rich people and ended up having the biggest economic boom in American history.
Real quickly, we cut all business-related taxes, capital gains, dividends,
but we're asking,
top corporate taxes.
I understand, but you're asking specifically about taxing wealthy people. So this idea that if you tax wealthy people, bad things will happen has been disproven by recent history, right? Because if you looked what happened
it hasn't been disproven. Well, wait a minute. It hasn't been disproven in Maryland. Hasn't been disproven in New York. Hasn't been disproven in New Jersey, where they have surtaxes on the wealthy, and they actually got less revenue from the wealthy than before.
Neil, I know, but if you look at federal policy in the 1990s, we raised taxes on wealthy people and had the biggest economic boom in American history. In the Bush decade, we cut taxes on wealthy people and saw a median income drop, deficits skyrocket. We saw a financial collapse and a huge recession, right? The point is that I just don't, Neil, let me finish.
But you can't blame that on just the tax on the rich, right? I mean, we did have a couple of instances like the implosion of the NASDAQ cut in half, the Wall Street correction, this little thing called 9/11, and some wars, right?
That's my whole point, is that I think that I think it is overstating the case to say this one thing that's done by the government can end up tipping the economy into a double-dip recession, when there's been ample evidence showing that if you raise taxes on wealthy people, you end up with positive economic results. You cut taxes on wealthy people, you end up with negative economic results.
How about a one-year extension? When so many Democrats are saying, let's give it a one-year extension. We agree with you, Mr. President. We agree with you, Simon, everything you're saying. We're in full support of eventually, having the rich pay more. We just don't think now is the time to do it. It would be $40 billion to extend it for 1 year. We just paid for jobless benefit extensions that cost roughly the same amount of money. We didn't pay for that. So what is wrong with doing that if you're trying to justify paying for spending versus paying for a tax cut?
I think it is a reasonable debate, and I think that all that I'll say is that, as you pointed out, this is not a large amount of money, and I don't think we should overstate the case about how this is going to be the one thing that's going to tip the economy into a double-dip recession. I think there's too much fear talk.
Well, why would you even want to risk it, right? Why would you even want to risk it?
Well, I think because there is we have 2 competing interests right now in terms of economic policy, right? First is to get growth going again, and second is to pay down the deficit. This show talks about paying down the deficit all the time. And I think that as part of an overall economic strategy, I think this is a reasonable step to take. There may be other people that disagree, and I think we're going to have a vigorous debate about this in the fall.
Okay. Thanks, Simon. Good seeing you again. Simon Rosenberg. So when statistics don't